All right. We're going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak Wadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the Akim, out there pushing the word and sincerity and the truth. You know, we got a lesson on the treasures, man, the treasures of the kingdom of heaven, where your mindset should be. And those supposed to be aligned with the spirit of the Lord, man. That's you know, going back to what we was talking about before, me and the brother, we did a lesson on that one-track mind. You got to always think about that, having that singleness of heart. One of the major emotional hatreds the Lord has is doubleness of mind, man. Mm-hmm. Having your mind all over the goddamn place, man. You want to do this, but you don't want to do that. And you indecisive. Mm-hmm. That's a characteristic of a woman, man.
Yeah, you 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Lukewarm.
Yep, and what the Lord said in Revelations, if you lukewarm, He's gonna spew you out His mouth.
Yeah,
the Lord looking for men that's on fire, man. The scriptures speak about being fervent. The word fervent goes back to fever. Like when you got a fever, you got that high temperature. You know, your temperature, like back in the day, they'll put still they do to this day, they'll put the temperature gauge in your mouth to detect your temperature levels. Mm-hmm. And they know that your temperature is very, very high because you got a sickness or a fever because you're trying to get that spirit out of you.
That's right.
So the Lord speaks of these scriptures as supposed to be like fervent, all right, like a fever. All right, meaning we got to push this truth out. Then Isaiah said, if I'm not mistaken, how this fire was in him, in his bones, man. All right. This word was as fire in his bones, meaning he had to push it out. He couldn't contain it.
That's right.
All right, so I'm going to start off with this scripture in Matthew 6:21. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 19. Matthew 6:19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. And the treasures represent carnal things, man. You know, your treasure shouldn't be your nice car or your nice house or your nice watch. Those things are, they're here today and they're gone tomorrow, man. You know, the car that you was driving in 2001, most brothers don't have that car now. So what's the point of putting all your energy, investing your spirit in those things, and if they're not even going to be with you at the end of the day? Same thing with your woman to a certain degree. A lot of times, you know, you have a woman, but every day of the week, you just switching women, so to speak. Every year of the every year by year, you getting a new woman. So why put your mind on that? Why have your affections and attach your emotions to those things, man? You got to be emotionless. You got to be militant. All right, because we in a area of wickedness. Wickedness is at an all-time high, and all these different things that's in front of us are just distractions to deter us from the path. Mm-hmm. So it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven. What's the treasures in heaven? The kingdom. The godly things. All right? Not the earthly things of this world. Mm-hmm. So it says the treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. And where do you lay these treasures up? Primarily in your mind.
Yeah, in your mind. In your spirit.
In your spirit. Nobody can take what's in your spirit, man.
That's right.
When if you lose your car, if you lose your house, if you lose everything, as Job lost, what did he have above all? The integrity.
That's right.
Which represents the spirit. That's your treasure chest. All right, and it should be filled with the gems of the spirit of the Lord. Mm-hmm. It's not knowledge known as rubies. What do you do when you have rubies and various precious stones? You store it, mm-hmm. or encase it, mm-hmm. in treasures, all right, in a treasure chest, so to speak.
You see that in movies all the time, where you got the jewels or whatever, that treasure that they're trying to get. It's always in a sacred place.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, that no one knows about.
Mm-hmm. And this is that buried treasure, mm-hmm. and that word treasure goes back to the Greek word thesaurus, which means the place in which good and precious things are collected and laid up. Mm. And what's the good of precious things? The kingdom of heaven. Right. And that's why you're supposed to lay these different things in your mind. Constantly pondering, constantly building, meditating.
That's right.
All right, visualizing. You got to be a visualist, so to speak. Mm. A seer.
That's right.
What they say with the mind, what you can perceive and what you believe is what you can achieve, man. It's all about that spark of faith. The Lord established all things upon the faith of a mustard seed.
That's right.
And you grow by and by. All right. So it says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Right. Like if you're in the fashion world and you all about money, cars, clothes, hoes, and you're just fully engulfed in the world, that's going to be the fruits of your spirit. Money, cars, clothes, hoes, because that's where your treasure is.
That's right.
And if your treasure is wisdom, knowledge, understanding, the kingdom, the blessings and the fruits of the spirit, and the things that's greater than this, that's what you're gonna receive, man. Every man puts in work in this world, man. You know, everybody has a level of work, whether it's on the left hand side base or the right hand side, and you receive the fruits of your labor.
That's right. But with our labor is everlasting.
Yep.
You can't lose. You can't. You gotta stay with the spirit. You know, no, you can't be going against the spirit. If the spirit on you to do a lesson, do a lesson.
That's right.
Don't put it to the side for later.
The scripture says, "Put not off the day of the Lord day by day, man. Every day, being consistent, and that's just a fire under our asses for Apostle Tahar to put that up 3 videos a day. Guess what? We gotta put in overtime, man.
That's right.
That means we gotta work harder to get to the kingdom of heaven. The Lord said to seek the Lord 10 times harder, and it's supposed to be. This is really a labor of love.
That's right.
You know, for the brothers that's in this, we ain't. It's not grieving us right now. Why we gotta do a lesson? Nah, this is where our treasure is. Hey, like when you beg on money and things of that nature, that's your convo. All you want to talk is money. All you want to talk is bread. You want to, like, you have certain people that's really in the stones and real riches. Kings are in the real riches.
Yeah,
whether it's, you know, top riches, exchanges and things of that, deals. All that's heavy convo. They don't get grieved by that. They want that on their table because that's where the money's at, man. They don't talk about peasantry, sports, and all that fuckery. They speaking about godliness, kingship.
Yeah.
And in this kingdom, we have to converse and keep our minds on that track, man.
That's right.
All right, so, you know, that's all we have for you, Akim. Hopefully you brothers are edified. We're going to end it by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Wadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.